Good evening. Welcome to Weekend Report, reaching you from Nigerian Television Authority NTA Ilorin, the last edition in the month of January. On our news highlights tonight, we have some reports that make headlines during the week. And on our discussion segment tonight, the approval for the increase in telecommunications tariff and its implications will be our focus. Plus news from the world of entertainment and sport. Stay with us. My name is Tijani Ajara. Welcome back. The House of Assembly of Kwara State has called for the inclusion of mental health education in primary and secondary school curricula to reduce antisocial behaviors among the youth. Abdulhafiz Alaya takes it up from here.
Due to academic pressure, family issues, social and emotional struggles, many youth now engage in drug abuse and other antisocial behaviors with attendant consequences on their overall well-being. This, according to Honorable Mariam Yusuf Aladi, continue unabated because mental health remains a neglected topic in Nigeria, thereby leaving the struggling youth without necessary knowledge and support. She therefore called for well-equipped counseling units and recruitment of more professional counselors in basic, junior and senior secondary schools across the states. Lawmakers in their various contributions advocated the inclusion of mental health education in school curriculum as well as increased the awareness campaign in the states.
Unresolved mental and emotional challenges among students manifest in behaviors such as substance abuse, violence, bullying, coercion, and even suicide.
Mental health awareness is paramount as it equips students with the knowledge to understand their emotions, cope with stress, and seek help when needed.
By normalizing conversation about mental health, school can create a supportive environment where students feel comfortable to seek help from their teachers.
Establishing school-based counseling services and support groups will provide these students with coping mechanisms and stress management techniques. And lastly, foster a support school environment that promotes overall well-being.
Urge the governor to direct Ministry of Education, Human Capital Development and Kwara State Universal Basic Education to prioritize the provisions of well-equipped counseling units and the recruitment of trained and professional counselors in basic, junior and senior secondary schools across the state and mandate all private schools to follow suit.
Reading other resolutions of the House, Speaker Yakubu Danladi Saliu urged the Ministry of Education and Human Capital Development to train teachers on how to recognize the signs and symptoms of mental health challenge on students and provide appropriate referral to mental health professionals. Abdulhafiz Alaya, NTA News.
On a tragic note, 15 people lost their lives in a fatal road accident involving two trucks along Okolowo-Jeba roads in Kwara State during the week. As at the time of filing in this report, Shola Wahid reports that some other victims sustained various degrees of injuries and are receiving treatment.
The accident between a canter truck and a trailer occurred around 3 p.m. on Wednesday. The trailer had overtaken another long vehicle without seeing the oncoming canter truck that carried cows and passengers. The head-on collision resulted in the death of 15 people. Kwara State Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Muftau Idekiola, explained that motorists need to drive with care and always obey traffic rules and regulations to avoid crashes and untimely death. He added that the Corps has embarked on sensitization programs to continually educate drivers.
You look at that place very well. The new construction going on there, they've already demarcated the 2 lanes around that place. And as at that time, they blocked 1 lane. Every vehicle were using just 1 single lane. Everybody was using it since morning until around that time when we had the incident. And what really happened? What happened was that particular trailer you see on the ground was coming from Ibadan side. It was trying to overtake another trailer, white, that you can see it parked in front. Then this counter carrying cow is just taking that cow to Ogbomoso. I think Kara Market in Ogbomoso. So when this trailer overtook there, you know, when a trailer is overtaking a trailer, before you will see, and when you look at that particular location, it's a kind of valley. It's like a valley coming from hill to a valley. Probably did not see that counter on time. By the time we saw that counter, it was too late. Right away from Jeba, we did a kind of mobile public arrangement on the road. We stopped this trailer temporarily, and we were talking to them in the language they understand. We have a video clip of all those things. That thing has been on ground before this incident of yesterday happened.
As at the time of filing this report, the counter truck has been removed and the trailer too will soon be removed. In Ilorin, Lawahid, NTA News.
Now to background reports to usher in our discussion segment of the weekend report. Nigerians have in strong terms rejected the approval by the National Communication Commission (NCC) for the telecom service providers to increase tariffs by 50%. They want the federal government to reverse the decision in view of the prevailing economic hardship in the country. Aisha Abubakar Yahya reports.
According to the Nigerian Communications Commission, the decision to approve requests from mobile network operators to increase tariffs by 50% came in response to the prevailing operational costs faced by telecommunications companies in Nigeria. NCC also highlighted that the adjustment aligned with the Commission's regulatory authority under Section 108 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003. The approved increment is aimed at addressing the significant gap between operational costs and current tariffs, while ensuring that delivery of services to consumers is not compromised. This increment did not go down well with Nigerians, as some residents in Ilorin lamented how the tariff increment could affect an average citizen who is trying to make out a living. This, they say, federal government should do something urgently about it to enable people live without fear or depression.
Last year, December, they declared, profit, even when they were still serving us with the old rate. Now 50% jump. How do we cope with that? Because this thing is pushing, the masses more and more into abject poverty. Because if you go to people that are selling maize, that are selling aboli, whatever, everybody uses phone now. So how would they cope?
No doubt, it's going to have a negative effect in the lives of the users. For people that are using Android, they can switch to the WhatsApp call. I think that will save them more money than using the regular call. But in terms of data consumption is going to tell on that as well.
A public affairs analyst, Nasir Abdulkadri, who analyzed the economic impact, said the decision was not appropriate in this present economic situation. Hence, the need for the federal government to have a second thought about it.
Several times this tariff was suggested to be increased. It has always been increased, but 50%. So that once you use 1 gig for 1 gig, then you'll be using it, you'll be using 2 gig. Now, this will affect the patronage of the whatever, maybe Netflix, maybe other online businesses. It will affect them. Definitely, it will bring down the business. I don't subscribe to it. That is huge. Because of inflation, devaluation of Naira, that's why you are increasing the tariff. Then you have affected the inflation again, because that will affect the purchasing power of the citizens. So the inflation is further increased.
The way forward, according to him, should involve an approach that will make life easy for every Nigerian, irrespective of class.
The telecoms is becoming the oil, the fuel of this country, because people now can sit down on their phone for hours. Because they have the capacity to sit on their phone and run their businesses. Most Nigerians, most youth that are not that are not engaged, that are not employed, they are employed on social media and they are making little money from there. Then you are taxing everything away they are making. Then what will Facebook do? How much are they being paid on Facebook, on Instagram, or YouTube? That you are taking it from the other side. So the president should invite all these waviarists from universities, the leftists, call them, let them have a say in whatever decisions that has to be taken.
Nigerians are therefore calling on the federal government to have a change of mind about the 50% tariff increase, just so life will be easy for all. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
Welcome back. Now to the discussion proper. We have with us to do justice to the topic. And what is that topic? Increase in telecommunications tariff and its implications is what we want to look at tonight. And we have with us the father, I would say, the father of all public affairs commentary in Kwara State here, or should I say grandfather of public affairs commentary. Welcome with me on set, Alhaji Shola Mose. Shola Mose is public affairs commentator. Thank you for honoring our call as usual. I dare not extend my handshake. You know, that's it. Welcome. Now, let's dive into the discussion. After several back and forth in terms of should it pass, should it not pass, is it too high, is it not too high, the Nigerian Communications Commission, that is bridging the gap between the people and of course the telecommunications industries in Nigeria, approved a 50% tariff increase against the over 100% increase initially proposed by the telecommunications operators. Is this a fair deal for Nigerians? Alaji?
You see, anytime I hear this type of increase in tariff, this and that, I feel perturbed.
Why?
Because you see, when you want to make a policy, don't bring in a poisonous policy. What I mean by poisonous policy is that when you want to look at it, since if you remember since the pronouncement of subsidy is gone.
Okay.
We have been going from one problem to another.
Economically. Okay.
There have not been anything we call economic support on the part of the people.
But we've been having rice.
You have been having rice. Is it available? You get it. But what I want you to note is that when you want to bring out a policy, you must put into cognizance the purchasing power of the people, the economic status of the people. If you look at the purchasing power of the people, it's so weakened that any policy that comes in terms of tariff or anything will not go well. And look at it, these policies are only being fed by the citizens, the poor to be specific. Those that can afford this tariff are people that are benefiting from the government. A civil servant that is given minimum wage.
Peanuts.
When the prices of commodity has gone skyrocketed, you get it? Years down the lane, they now give them a minimum wage. That minimum wage is not even enough to tackle the problem on ground. So if you now come to say, okay, we want to increase tariff of communication, what the SCC supposed to be questioned for certain things.
But here we're saying that
what effort has that body made to make sure that people in the rural area are networked?
One,
most of them don't get. If you are trying to call,
you're saying NCC should be questioned.
Yes, should be questioned.
I agree totally with the first one.
Yes,
the first point, which is
exactly. Then they should take the masses as their clients when it comes to policies. You get it? They're supposed to say that, okay, no, we have fed the pulse of the people. They have not been able to survive the agony of subsidy is gone. You get it?
Okay.
Many have not been. People are hands to mouth. So no policy should come until the whole situation is better. How these things supposed to be done? They supposed, but they will not, because they are capable of doing it. Look, I was telling you one day that the moment people in the position of authority are not made to spend their salary for their family welfare and their own welfare, we will continue to face this problematic situation. We will continue to experience these calamitous policies. Because there is always budget for a year for them. If a poor man, a common man on the street does not even have any budget, it's anything that comes his way. You get it? So this and leadership is about empathy. You must be empathic about people that you are ruling.
Okay, so let's get this very clearly now. remember, because I could hear policy, I agree totally that, you know, we are in tax regime or, you know, tax reform.
All this electric,
the power, which is like 300 increase.
You see, how can you pay for deficits you have not read that? And I don't know whether injustice is a citizen of this country, because he got a very better seat against the people.
All right,
we continue like this.
Okay, so let's look at
yet unborn.
Let's look at the.
To say, Daddy, why can't you die and make us survive our life? You get it?
Yeah.
This situation is supposed to be probably reconciled.
Now let's put things in perspective. Now, this increment or the telecommunication tariff increase is not directly coming from the presidency. It's not coming from the. No, wait. The NCC is just an interface between the telecommunication operators and the citizens.
Which parastatal is NCC?
NCC
is a federal
yes, but what I'm saying is this increment is actually not being proposed by NCC. NCC is just regulating it. Now, I understand perfectly that when they say when the bird perches on the rope, neither the bird nor the rope will be at peace, you know. I don't know how to put it, maybe something like that. We know that things have gone, you know, geometrically, you know, spiraling, like the inflation already. So now these people, now the telecom operators must have also incurred additional cost of production. The fuel has gone up. You know, when you have them in different places, they are powering their generators 24 hours due to the prevailing economic situation. Where would they recoup the extra cost?
Let me tell you. Everything, at times, most of the things we have in our country is what I would call policy somersault.
Okay, policy somersault.
You make a policy, you don't think about that policy very well.
All right.
If you say, okay, you are using certain liters of oil, for example,
okay,
to boost your production.
Okay.
You should not tell that agony on the subscribers.
Oh, so do you agree that the case is like, okay, they bite, they spinch me, I bite them?
No, what they are saying is that you are making it as part of maybe the likely reason.
Okay.
For them to increase it.
Yes.
But look, if you are my subscriber,
all right,
if I want to do anything, and don't just come and jump into say I'm going to mail you. There should be negotiation. There should be consultation. You get what I'm saying? But we are being everything is being done as if we Nigerians are probably animals that we don't have anything. It's like and you see what is happening in Nigeria cannot happen in another country, but it's like we have a shock absorber. Because when anything like this comes, we put everything to God. And I look at it at times, we are too hypocritical.
Okay.
When you're supposed to talk about certain things, when you're supposed to tell the truth to power, and you are saying God will change it. God cannot come down and change it. It's not possible.
It is not.
You get it?
Yes.
God is he has given you that medulla oblongata.
What is medulla?
You said
common sense. Okay.
To think that okay, this is what we want. This is what we want. Do you think does American refer to God most of the time, except they say it's God we trust? And when they say it's God we trust, they use what God gave them to survive their citizens.
All right. So let's push this forward. The same voice, the way you are, expressing the concern, is almost the same way the NLC chairman is coming. Almost the same this thing. The Nigerian Labour Congress has condemned in clear terms the approval and urged the National Assembly to stop the implementation of the tariff increase. Now, the NLC, the Arrowhead, it threatened nationwide strike, that if anything like that is happening. And the operators are also, they've challenged, they said they are going to take NLC this thing to the court. I read a report this morning. Okay.
If you think contesting the people's right,
Okay.
you get it. You are relying, and it's being done by Labour Congress, and you want to rely on Labour Congress. It's a dangerous trend, because I will look at what have they done to even the nuclear members of the Labour. Look at the
amount of Nigerian people.
Yes, of Nigerian people. They are taking 70,000. They know how it takes, and the federal government now come and tell you that, okay, if you don't want me to increase fuel the more, you should take the 70,000, and the fuel pay. And at the end of the day, the fuel was equally later increased. That type of body that cannot fight a nuclear war. How do you expect it to fight this war? You say, rely on Labour Congress on any issue in Nigeria. That's my own opinion anyway. It's a dangerous trend.
All right.
There's not be degree of reliability to me is less than 40%.
Would you agree that the tariff increase may directly translate into tangible service enhancements for telecom consumers?
Is there any tangible enhancement? When I told you that some villages in some places cannot get network.
No, actually, to be honest, I subscribe to the data service.
Tariff that will make them increase that network. No,
I enjoyed the service this morning. Only that for some 3 hours the network was off.
For 3 hours.
Yes, just 3 hours.
Am I not vindicated in my argument?
All right, so
you get it. I'm vindicated in my argument now. You are in the city, and 3 hours you could not get all these things. How can somebody come and continue to cajole us?
Alhaji, it could mean that the tariff increase or the increment in tariff could better the lot of the masses, probably to increase, to improve the service.
I don't know
to the people.
I don't know. I never had this communication businessmen. You get it in place. They have not even opened up to Nigeria and say, okay, this is why we want to increase tariff. The NCC that's supposed to be the judicial body between the and the subscribers, and even it's even failing. You see, we must be frank. If we want a better system, we must be critical of those draconian policies.
What?
Draconian policies that are not giving breath to the masses, that are not giving breath to the citizens, and they continue to give the slogan that is not practical or practicable. We've not seen it practicable. They say, let poor breathe. When they tell you let poor breathe, you see that the second day they will hang the esophagus.
All right.
You get it? What are we saying?
What is your advice on how to address the lingering debate on the approval to ensure a win-win situation for the telecom operators and the people and the government? It's a tripartite.
The government is the government through this NCC you have mentioned. They should put them on their toes. There are some. You see, I'm sorry to say this, that I noticed some strategic robbery of the subscribers.
Okay.
You phone
strategic robbery on
the subscribers.
On Nigerians. Okay, common man.
You get it. Now, when you phone, you might think they have taken 3 naira or 4 naira. Before you know it, your money is gone.
Yes.
And nobody to hang on to. What type of situation are we finding ourselves? Tomorrow, if this policy is probably, I know it's going to be it's going to somersault, but if they allow this, Nigerian policies are like this. You get it. Nigerian policies are like women. If you have a woman and he has very bad serving principles,
okay.
If he gives you one and you throw it away, he will try with the second one.
Okay.
And you throw it away, he will try with the third one. By the time you don't accept the third one, he will throw the remaining 4 away. Or if you accept one, he will try you with 2, 3, 4, and you are gone like that. That is the way we are being treated in this country by this policy I call draconian policies. We must tell ourselves the gospel truth. If we want Nigerian people to feel. Even in the military government, you see that citizens have a say. So democracy is even better than that. So we should have a better situation than that. It's not that because we are practicing democracy, tariff today, tariff tomorrow, people cannot send their children to school any longer. All these things are coming. It's barbaric.
Alhaji Shola Mose has been the contributor to the set topic on the show tonight. Thank you very much for lending your voice on the subject matter. Some other time we'll bring you on this.
We shall continue to be critical of anything that affects the citizens.
Thank you. Yeah. Moving on to entertainment, actress and filmmaker Eniola Ajao has announced an empowerment program aimed at supporting talented individuals in various fields. Abdul Hafiz Alaya has the report.
In a post on her Instagram page, Ajao expressed gratitude for the success of her cinema movie, Ajakaju, and the blessings she has received in her life and career. As a way of giving back to her fans and supporters, Ajao revealed that she will be giving out essential equipment to talented tailors, hairdressers and makeup artists on the 26th of January. She added that this initiative is designed to support individuals who have the passion and skill but need an extra push to take their craft to the next level. On a sad note, the popular comic singer Mukaila Senwele is dead. According to a family source, Mukaila, who hailed from Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, showed no signs of illness before his death on Friday night. Mukaila was known for his unique entertainment style and iconic phrase, "Kò ní dáa fún èbó tó ṣe kó ṣe."
Bébò bá kúre kò ní sùn òre ẹ̀ta mi. Eléri gbébò yìí ní báyé jẹ́ bàbá o. Èbó ni òjá máa délé kọ̀ọ̀tàn lọ́mọdé.
His death has attracted outpouring of tribute from fans and colleagues who remembered him for his talent and legacy.
What a loss. Well, let's join Fawasi BME for more on sport.
The draw ceremony for the 35th AFCON finals will take place at the Mohammed National Theatre in Casablanca with Super Eagles head coach Eric Chili, team administrator Dayo Enebi, and NFF Technical Committee Chairman Sharif Rabi Inuwa expected to attend. The tournament, scheduled for December 21 to January 18, will be historic as the first AFCON to begin in 1 year and end in another, while making Morocco's return as host since the 1988 edition won by Cameroon. The North African country, which will co-host the 2030 World Cup alongside Spain and Portugal, has recently staged several major tournaments, including the 2018 African Nations Championship, 2020 Women's African Cup of Nations, and the 2023 FIFA Club World Cup. Meanwhile, Atalanta president Antonio Pacassi says the club will do all they can to keep Ademola Lookman next summer, but he also warned the Nigerian striker that he must not stay against his will. Lookman was linked with a summer move to PSG, but he eventually remained in Bergamo, where his contract expires in June 2026. This season, the forward has continued his fine form, scoring 14 goals and 7 assists in 26 appearances across all competitions. Abdulwahid Bibire, NTA News.
That's it on today's episode of the program. See you next month. Have a wonderful night rest.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website at www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.